Hey Leo, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for May 14th, 2024. This is for Leo. Last shuffle here for Leo. Let's see what's going on here. So Leo, we have status quo and we have dark thoughts here. So this tells me that you may be in a place where you're thinking about how the future is going to be, how it's going to play out in the future. A lot of times with dark thoughts, this means that life, you may feel like everything's kind of surface level. Nothing really gets to the core of what the issues are or whatever it is. Something fell on the ground, so I got to grab that. It's one card, so it's not that deep. But this is talking about a conflict of interest for you. What is this card here? Okay, Page of Pentacles. What are we really doing? What are we really spending our time on? Am I learning anything from this? Is anything coming from this? There's a vibe of that going on. Dark thoughts is you may feel like you're going to be in control of everything for the rest of your life. Like you may be trying right now. It's like whatever this is, right? A status quo. Okay, so usually status quo is like you're following the norms of society, right? Following the norms of your neighborhood or your society or the people around you or the community or culturally, or because I'm seeing the Hierophant is culturally, traditionally, religiously, with some organized energy, like either organized religion or some kind of tradition that your culture follows or something like that. But with the Page of Pentacles, you've been learning something different. You've been learning something new. You've been, you know what I mean? My family's from the islands, so they would say that you've become Americanized, if and some of them moved to America and that was an insult. Okay, you're acting like an American. It's so, no offense to anybody from any culture, but this would give the vibe of someone who's learned something different from what they've grown up with or whatever, whatever has been instilled in us, our family values and traditions and such. Someone's learned a lot and they're saying, I don't think that that's the way I want to conduct business as a person. You may be bucking at the system with the Hierophant, Five of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. Your work may be conflicting. Some of you may be actually, and I kid you not, this is saying that some of you may be like spiritualists, tarot readers, or psychic, or something here. There's something here about you being challenging the norm. You are different. You're branching out and doing something completely different. Some of it may not even be acceptable by the community that you come from or the culture or something here. A lot of you are saying, I've learned something different. Okay, so dark thoughts is the King of Pentacles, Two of Wands. And so you may feel like you are, the dark thoughts would be, I am pioneering things. That's what I do. My path is going, whatever path you choose. For some of you, what the opposite of the norm may be. Some of you, your path traditionally is not meant for you to be the leader. Like, say this is your feminine. The culture may be very patriarchal, and you're saying, I'm looking in the future and I'm going to have to be the taking on more of a masculine role for the rest of my time. Some of you may be in that space, right, with this coming out. But this dark thoughts energy usually speaks of trying to avoid disaster or trying to plot based on what you're dealing with now. You're basing your present moment into the future, like projecting that into the future, where Spirit usually calls this out when they're saying that it's not what you think, especially with Five of Wands here. It's conflicting with what you think. So you can't see the twists and turns up ahead. You'll have no idea what's around the bend. As you see with the dark thoughts, you can't see what's around this corner. What's around the corner may be a torch or a flashlight or a map. You just don't know. So Spirit's asking you not to think so far ahead in the future. Just because it's some way now doesn't mean it's always going to be this way, especially if you're bucking at a certain system, insert air quotes, right? And you are following a different path right now. You can't see what's up ahead. You won't know. And so Spirit is asking you not to project that in the future. This could cause a lot of conflict in the present moment. It could cause you to work harder than you need to work. Right? You may not need to do all the stuff that you think you need to do. A lot of times when you think really far ahead, like, oh gosh, this is what I'm doing. This is a life I'm leading right now. you may find yourself creating certain habits that are obsolete for tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, you start a business or something here, and all the stuff you have to do the first maybe year of trying to get the business off the ground, do that, you might find that you won't even have to do all of that next week. You know what I mean? You might find that you found a way to streamline things, and then you're sitting here planning, well, I guess every day I'm going to have to do this every day. And then you find that there's an app that does it all for you. So you don't know what's up ahead. Don't start planning ahead. It does cause some level of conflict within. It does cause a level of, I don't know how to put this, maybe feeling like feeling low, feeling like you're always going to need something. You're always going to need help. You're always going to be on, you know what I mean, be the only one doing something, or I can't say pioneer, but there's some vibe with that. So either way, let's move on. Some level of like, it's all on me. Family, friends, and guides, you have Star and Knight of Wands. For some of you, you are the one your spirit is a healing spirit, right? You are the person everyone comes to when they need a boost, when they need hope, when they need to continue on in faith in something. People have always leaned on you for that. So you may be, Leo, the one that people come to when they are down. They're down and out. They're struggling. They need to keep going. They don't understand something. You may be a teacher, right? And they don't realize you're learning from them as well. But I see you being someone that everyone comes to, but they feel that you have all the answers, or that they get a lot of energy from you. You may be an empath, or that you may attract a lot of people who are empathic, and they need to, through osmosis, become a more passionate, like a more faithful person, or a more inspired or inspiring person. They come to you to kind of like rub shoulders to get that from you. Now, happy success comes from the Page of Wands and the King of Cups. If they're saying that your mind needs to be on, like, you need to be, thinking about or understanding that you are the source of, how do I put this? You are the source, Leo. Your childlike innocence is what keeps you going. You will be successful as long as you stay connected to whatever it is your goal is, and then you stay open to that. I don't know how else to put this, and I know this may be confusing and all over the place, but they're saying that you may be the source for other people, but you are your own source. And that may be an issue for you, because other people, it's like the status quo is that everyone needs to be inspired by someone. And if you notice that that's how most people are, they're like reading other people or watching other things, or they have that one person. They're like, I always defer to this person, or, this ideology or this religion whenever I need to be picked back up or filled up spiritually. And you may be the source of that for your own self. And you may struggle with that. And they're saying that when you come to this understanding, that it won't always be this way. That you've got to still be, approach every situation open, like you've never experienced it before, such as a Page of Wands. Inspired. Like, I have a wand. There's no telling what I could do with this. Let's see if it works on this trail. Let's see if it'll blaze a trail. I don't know, but I'm open, right? You'll be successful. There's a vibe of success comes from that. And it's completely conflicting with how your environment is, or the people around you are. Other people need a trail to be blazed, to walk through. And you, other than you, right? That just needs to believe in themselves, and you will blaze that trail yourself. And so I hope that makes sense, and not to pay homage to the fact that everyone's like, oh, Leo is so, arrogant and whatever. There's a confidence that comes from the fact that you know that spirit doesn't lead you down a path that you can't go down. And that's where that comes from. It's a confidence in spirit. It is not arrogance. So spirit wants you to understand that you have a direct line to spirit. I mean, with the High Priestess and Hierophant, you have a direct line to spirit, and it may be hard for you to accept or understand, and you're learning from this. You're learning from something you don't have. You may not even have experience in certain things, but you understand something. You may not have had, like, the vibe of, like, and I'm just gonna pull this out of thin air. Like, you may not understand, like, you're not a woman, right? Something here. You just understand that childbirth is a difficult thing, just through spirit showing you what it would be like or something, and you don't know how or why, right? You're a man, you're like, there's no way, because I couldn't possibly perform that miracle, right? The miracle of creation, I couldn't do it, but you can, kind of thing. There's a vibe of yeah, I mean, you wouldn't know, but how would you know? But spirit has shown you things. And so they're telling you here that you have a direct line to spirit, right? There's a vibe of someone being chosen to understand certain things that are beyond the scope of being able to be understood by you. And it may be hard to work through. What I'm seeing here is that you're going through a test. Some of you are going through a real strong test. I mean, Spirit wants to know how much you really... Ooh, it's so difficult to put into words, Leo. This isn't your mind. You may think that I'm just a really smart person. You're just really open, an open conduit to spirit. You understand things that are higher than you. You don't know how you know. There's a vibe of, I just know it. I just heard it. This would be a person who literally has never, and this has happened to me, literally. There's no way you could know a certain thing, like someone's password to something. All of a sudden, someone whisper, like you hear a whisper, or it just pops in your head, and it's like, there's no way I could have known that password. The spirit saying it's like you're coming into some kind of very strong clair ability, like clairvoyancy, clear audio, clear something. There's a lot of them. And you may feel like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to be this person. Like this path that I'm choosing is going to cause me to be like a provider for everybody. And you may be thinking about this in the future, going, maybe not believing that you have the ability, or being trained, like I'm new to this kind of vibe. You may still feel new, even if you've done it for 5 years or maybe more. I'm still new to this. I'm still learning. How am I going to be the provider for something, taking this path to helping people find their way, or some vibe of this, right? I don't know, Leo. I would love to go further into this, because what in the world is this? Some of you are that person in the family or in your environment that everybody's like, let me just go to Leo and see if I could feel better about my life here. And I don't know. Or not even that they feel better about their life, but to give them the energy to keep pushing. You may be like that in your family or in your environment here. You could be dealing with a Taurus, a Pisces, an Aquarius, main signs. Every sign is here except for Libra and Gemini. So this isn't about being fair. It's about the truth, no offense. But that's what this says. It's like, it's not about being fair. It's not about what's right or what's fair, or what would balance things out. It's about what it is. So you could be a Cancer, Leo cusp, Leo, Virgo cusp. We also have a Scorpio, Sagittarius cusp, Sagittarius, Capricorn cusp, Capricorn, Aquarius cusp, Aquarius, Pisces cusp, Pisces, Aries cusp, Aries, Taurus cusp. If you're not dealing with those signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.